So we cut filming a little bit short there yesterday. Obviously, we had our friend Ash coming down, and then so went out to Funky Monkey there, and we ate a copious amounts of food, and it was good. We had treated ourselves to a lot of different flavors. If you're ever down, I highly recommend it. No reason we filmed, like, honestly, it would have been good content, but you can't be living by the camera, and it's just a matter of we actually just want to get out and enjoy. We hadn't seen Ash since the thank you party for the IFBB there, but we've always stayed in contact, and so she's become quite a good friend. And for her to come down, it was such a good night, and we just want to be involved in the whole wrap it up. Did have plans of shooting a few things and showing you the tasties that we had, but honestly, it just friendship took over. So we're going to add into our day in the life a little bit of today, which is our second day. Ash still here. The ladies are just up now. I was obviously up early, just getting the clientele work done, but all sorted now. And then we'll get our pre-workout meal in and probably look at then heading down to Worlds, get a push session in there. Pretty well just worked in with, spoke to Ash there yesterday and see what it is she actually had to work in. Yeah, so me and him, we've all just sorted out our programming so we could fit in a push today, and then I believe we'll work into possibly legs, the way this is trending. We'll look at legs and then our day off. So yeah, not a big structured week with a push-pull legs off or anything like that. But it's more just fitting in what we can. And like we said there yesterday, we did the biceps, abs, and calves, just to try to get that, keep that metabolic rate, and then obviously just to burn a bit of the crap we're having today. So after today, once Ash heads off and heads home, me and him will just go get a few extra steps in here and there. Like I said, I'd love to tell you it's for for any particular reason, but it's really just physiological. It's just a matter of getting out there, getting the vitamin D and enjoying life.
Yep.
So what did we end up? We ended up going out to Funky Monkey there last night. Ash came in down. We've got Ash in the back there. Yeah. So we had a bit of everything food. We all selected a couple of things, and the fish tacos, and
they were so good.
And we had the, what was it, Ash? The black
bean hummus.
Black bean hummus. Yeah, that was unreal. The girls had a few cocktails there. So then we're heading down to World Gym Bunbury now.
Yep.
Ash has got a push session we've got to get through today.
Yep. Yep.
And then see if we can get a few from there. We'll let you know how it all goes.
I don't just want it, I need it. That is why I will achieve it. Man, you just gotta believe it. See in your mind you could be it. Live every day with no regret. Making mistakes and then reset. Go on and hate it, because I do what I do. Go on and hate it, cause I got nothing to prove. Go on and hate it, cause I got nothing to lose. Go on and hate it, go on and hate it. Yeah, that's okay. I cannot complain because today I'm doing my thing to stay my lane. And fight through the pain so that one day
That's it, Ash.
Elbows down. Keep pushing.
as a beat, yeah. Rapping like I came from the streets, nah. Rapping like I want something, yeah.
That's
Rapping
it.
all about my beliefs, yeah. Rapping like you can't stop me, nah. Everybody knows what I need, yeah. Hurts every time that I
That's
see,
it.
yeah. Need a couple hands for the sleep, yeah. I'ma get big, I'ma be lit. Y'all
Beast
gonna hear
mode.
about what I did. I'ma get huge, I'ma be rich. Cause I feel the void like I'm filling up a niche. And I'm never gonna give up. Hit 'em with a little bit of switch up. Never gonna be able to predict us. Gonna be the one with the hits. Rocket lit. Go on and hate me, because I'm better than you. Go on and hate me, because I'm making my move. Go on and hate me, because I know what to do. Go on and hate me.
That's it, good
Go on and
concentration.
hate me. Yeah, that's okay. I cannot complain because today I'm doing my thing. I stay my lane and fight through the pain so that one day
That's it.
it's all that I can hear them all. Hey, don't care what they all say. I'm gonna do it my way. Got 'em like what?
That's it.
Got 'em like what? Got 'em like what? I can do this all day. I can hear them all. Hey, don't care what they all say. I'm gonna do it my way. Got 'em like what? Got 'em like what? Got 'em like what? Got 'em like what?
That's it, come on. Get it fluent, good. Sit steady, keep moving, good. Up, good. Again, come on. 2. Come on, go on. Good movement. Go. Yep.
That's it.
I want it all, so I'll get it one day. I will not fall till I made it on stage. Won't stop
That's it, come on.
till I've got it made. I will stand tall and face all in my way. I want it all, so I'll get it
Get
one
it.
day. I will not fall till I made it on stage. Won't stop it all till I've
Get
got
it.
it made. I will stand tall and face all in my way.
That's it. Come on.
Alright. So we're here and we're cooking up our ratatouille. So first off, we go and get one of these containers, or you can of the sun-kissed caps, or I strongly recommend getting the sweet capsicum. Both pretty well similar. One's a bit of a preemie one. So the whole idea behind that is just getting a bit of colour. There's really no difference between red, yellow, and green in the way of micronutrients. So we get all them, dice them up. As you see, I've already got them in the pan going away. So to start off with that, I do throw down some coconut oil. You've either got 10g of the extra virgin coconut oil or the coconut oil spray, which you need to be pretty heavy on to do that, but you don't want these searing too much. And then from there, we dice up our cups. So one of these, if I do the full thing, that'll end up doing me about 6 meals. So I've only done half today, just to get us through what we need over the next 2 days, just to get ahead. And obviously it keeps a little bit longer before pre-cooked. So we'll go from them, and then add in a little bit of extra greens if you wish, and we'll get it in our baby spinach. We'll throw in 60 grams of our baby spinach, 40 grams of sauerkraut. Now this sauerkraut is just a bit of extra with some raw ginger beet. So hence the purple colours, really not much great deal in the difference there. And so I throw that in then with our spinach, and I throw in some more coconut oil with that, because that's going to add into our fats. And to top it all off, once this is seared through, like that, we'll add in that. You know, that spinach, you want that spinach to wilter through, as we do. Right, so one of the reasons this is obviously so crucial and good for us is obviously just the micronutrients, and when you look at things along the lines of the antioxidants, lutein, nitrates, beta-carotene, magnesium, zinc, vitamin D, manganese, K1. What else? We've got copper, Vitamin A, B6, B9, pretty heavy in fluorate, sorry. And yeah, really high in fiber, so you're almost burning off what you are while you're consuming. So that excess there. One of the better things about this, obviously, being you'll get sick of me hearing this, is for your gut health, your gut microbiomes. It's so heavily dense on your prebiotics to help promote your probiotics there. The big thing to do with this is also lowers anti-inflammatory, or gives you a lot of anti-inflammatory properties to lower that in. And in turn lowering your LDL, which is never a bad thing, and gives you obviously the reduced risk of anemia. And that's just delicious. So with those capsicums, obviously we tend to use the sun-kissed or sweet, just because it is sweet. Micros to micros, it's not much different between that and just normal capsicums and bell peppers. But that's each to their own taste, and I know Emma does prefer the sweeter taste on them. Look, little known fact there obviously about the capsicum too is it can help work towards improving your eye health, along with reducing risk of stroke. Pretty well anything that's going to help improve your cardiovascular system, it's not a bad thing to hit. And it's just an easy way to make sure you get all your daily micronutrients in. So as you just saw me add in there, and this is really just because it's cheap and easy. And this is just Coles or Woolworths home brand salsa, and I throw in 50g of that, which is 2 servings. So spread that out over 3 to 4 servings. It's really not much on that. And that's a little bit more tomato based. And we're talking like 4 grams of carbs in that entire serving, so you can't really knock on that. Another thing here to deal with your sauerkraut, obviously being so good for your gut microbiomes, also helps reduce the risk of prostate cancer, ovary cancer, and breast cancer. Now, no one's accusing it of being no cure, but any form of any cancer that you can mitigate some form of risk to, how could that possibly be a bad thing? To do with this, obviously, it actually helps your insulin sensitivity a lot. So it helps you digest your natural sugars and convert them into carbon dioxide. Yeah. So this is just pure tasty. So you can see that's how we're coming out of the pan there. I didn't add any green peppers in today. Just from the selection we had, the better looking peppers were just red and yellow. And then the only real difference I added, this is almost going to become a bit of a staple in a lot of people's nutrition, especially those that are deficient and not the biggest eaters in general. Because like you put this, and you divide that into 3 meals, or thereabouts. Look at that. That's not a great deal of quantity of food, but the micros you're going to get from that and the fibers you're going to get from that is a mess. So that is pretty well that done. So very easy, very simple. What's that take? All of a couple minutes. Now the only thing I do tend to change is whether we throw this in, obviously depending on what your macro balance is, you might add in whether it be a bit of spinach, potato, whatnot as a side, even just, I do prefer obviously with my rice, but that is me meeting my needs. It's also a very good one to add into vegetarians. And then when I do that, I do tend to throw in a few eggs. Obviously, you do have your fats, your fat source from your MCT coconut oil, but then throwing in a lot of omega fats. If you were looking to make that into a couple meals, I would have added in possibly 2 eggs and probably another 4 egg whites, and then serve that up into 2 separate meals, being quite big meals then. And then you look in the likes of vegan, I would have gone a little bit heavier than on the spinach. And I do tend to then add quite a bit of mushroom in, usually somewhere between that 100, 150 gram, depending on obviously the individual, just to try to get in little bit higher of the protein source, and obviously the iron that they're going to be deficient in. So there you go, the mystery solved of ratatouille. It is very simple. It is something very easy to follow. Honestly, cheap as chips to do, and really no excuse to not get everything in. So I strongly suggest giving that one a try. See what you think. Obviously, you can add in any condiments, being an off season and that. I don't add any condiments because it is quite sweet to me, and I almost use that to flavour my bland ass chicken. But that's personal taste. So give it a try. Let us know what you think. If you head over to our IG page, you'll see obviously a post about that there as well. So leave your comments and let me know what you think of that one. So I put out on IG there about some couples questions. So now that this rice is done, yes, it is rice with bone broth. Thanks for asking. Once again, I'm not going to hound down on that too much, but that's what you're paying me the money for. So now that that's done, Em's ratatouille is all done, put away, as you hear. That meal's now microwave. I'll get that one in, and of course I'm going to get a coffee, and then we'll look at doing these couples Q&A. Get Emma involved. I've had a few come through. Honestly, a little bit disappointed there. I think we had 119 when I last checked views on that. Had a shit ton of likes, and I think we only ended up with about 8 questions out of that. So a little sad, but is what it is. Hopefully we can get that prompting and growing, spark a bit of a conversation. So that'll be going in next, and I will include that into a separate video. You're going to hear that too, right? I'll show you something. One that's photo amp. Getting a sneaky session in.
Yeah.
Haters, comment below, because I know you're all out there. Ooh. Got to do what you got to do. Got to love what you got to love, and got to be happy. So, all right, guys, and that's going to be us calling it quits for the day. We've just pulled up down here in Bunbury. Beautiful sea breeze. We're going out to see Chris Bramway's come down and his lovely missus, and might go get a few steps in afterwards, just depending on what we eat. We've got it fairly planned out down here at the grill, and we'll have a bit of macro matching with something similar in the same way of calories and macros. So thanks for tagging along, and we'll get you in the next one.